Alright, hi. Hello. Welcome to the Shark Stream. I still got partially a mouthful of spicy chicken tenders. I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit more. Hello and welcome to the Shark Stream, where today it is Four Horsemen Friday, and we are starting a playthrough of Darksiders, War Mastered Edition. Now, I had been planning for a long time. I actually had a lot of these thumbnails. Hi, Xanda. All the thumbnails for this stream series more or less done for a while now, because I had always intended on eventually getting around to playing Darksiders Genesis, which was the one Darksiders game that I haven't actually streamed yet. But I wanted to do full playthroughs of the first three again, because Darksiders 1 and 2 were both during my console streaming era, where I was using the built-in streaming tools on the Xbox Series, or the Xbox One. Excuse me. And you know, while I'm grateful for the fact that these consoles have built-in streaming systems now to make it easier to kind of like get started with that sort of thing, they're not the ideal way to do that, you know? Like, trying to balance audio is a fucking nightmare. There's lag on the voice recording. Like, you can go back and... Hold on. You can go back and watch some of those streams. They are not the best. But that was how I streamed the first two Darksiders games. And then Darksiders 3 comes out, and I think I ended up streaming that at like my second playthrough, my second or third playthrough of that, I think. After I had gotten a capture card, but before I got a VTuber. So that was the post-console, pre-VTuber era of Shark Streams that I streamed that in. So all those streams, pretty fucking old. So, I have been thinking about the possibility of, like, redoing certain streams, like, Hellblade 2 is out now. I want to redo the first Hellblade, in all likelihood. I do want to redo LA Noire, because that was a really fun one. See if JB might be up for that, Opal. But you might be wondering, like, why now? Well, and if you haven't been into my last couple streams, you may not know this, but they announced that a new Darksiders game is coming. We don't know anything about it right now. We have a teaser with the Charred Council. And that's it. We don't know who the primary horseman is going to be. We're assuming probably Strife. Considering that despite the fact that Strife is the primary, one of the primary protagonists of Darksiders Genesis is not Darksiders 4. And thus far, the conceit for the Darksiders games has been each mainline title stars a different horseman. So, assumption is that it's Strife. But we also don't know what the story is going to be, which is kind of a big contention, because in case you don't know this, and we'll go over this as we go through this game, and especially when we get to the end, the story of Darksiders has not continued past the point in the narrative that the first game ends on. In all of the years that since this game came out, because these games use the more classical version of the Horseman, right? No, they use a super badass 90s comic book version of the Horseman. And it's great. So, protagonist of the first game is the Horseman War. Protagonist of the second game is the Horseman Death. Protagonist of the third game is the Horseman Fury. And then Darksiders Genesis features both Strife and War. Sorry, I'm so hungry. I just got home from getting food. So I need to get through this. But every single game since the first one has taken place prior to most of the events of the first game. We'll get into that. You thought Furry and Strife were way older ones? Furry? No, because I think, what is it? It's War, Death, Famine, and Pestilence, I believe. All right, hold on, let me look this up. Yeah, you read me. The 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The text only provides a name for the 4th Horseman. Subsequent commentary often identifies them as personifications of conquest, war, famine, and death. So, I think Pestilence is one of the ones that ends up getting, added in later. But infectious disease. But yeah, for these games, they wanted each horseman to, sound cooler. Alright, well, maybe that's who we'll get. Well, no, I gotta stress this. We know who the 4 horsemen are. It's been established in every game. It's War, Death, Fury, and Strife are the 4 horsemen within the world of Darksiders. Secret 5th horseman. Can you imagine? But here, Darksiders is one of those game series that it's just I fucking love these games so goddamn much. Because there's just, there's something about them, you know? Something about, the designs for, the characters, the enemies, the fucking world building, the environments. It's all super fucking cool. And like I said, it's 90s comic book edgy action. It's dope. I gotta... It's hard to describe, you know? Because just in the first game, we get very straightforward, here are the principal characters, here is the mystery at the core of the plot, here's what our goal is. And the second game is just hey, we're gonna dump a whole shitload of backstory on you, and this world is about to get way bigger. And then the third game is just kind of, it's a more focused affair because, God, Matt McMuscles did a video, I think, reviewing Darksiders 3, and the way that he puts it is that, for the most part, in Darksiders 1 and 2, the characters of War and Death don't really change a whole lot over the course of the game. Whereas Darksiders 3 is all about Fury's, personal journey evolving as a character. And then Genesis is just fun. Like, I'm not usually the type for, like, a top-down isometric sort of game. But, like, God, I had so much fucking fun with Genesis. And I think part of that is... because, like... Ah, God. Right, I had that, like, all the way up. I need to turn off this fucking music. Hold on. This is maddening. Gotta get that all the way down. There we go. With Genesis, it's like, in spite of being like a top-down isometric style, like twin stick shooter kind of game, if you were to like mod that game to like put the camera like over the shoulder, it would just be like any other Darksiders game.
Since the dawn of time.
Oh shit, wait. Wait. I forgot to turn on subtitles. Okay, we gotta endure a little bit more maddening. Okay, no we don't. We can just go back in. Stop. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about Dom titles. Darksiders 1 often gets compared to, like, being a combination of Legend of Zelda and God of War. Or even Switch titles. I mean, that's just stuff like, you know, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Princess Peach Showtime, things like that. Anyways. Let's go ahead. Let's get those subtitles on. There we go. Now let's go.
Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. Drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council, an entity bound by ancient laws to preserve order and balance. It held that any great power, unchecked, threatened the very fabric of the universe. In time, heaven and hell came to honor the Council and its laws. For none were beyond the swift and terrible justice of the Council's enforcers. A fearsome brotherhood known as the Four Horsemen. Amid the turmoil, the first humans emerged. The Council foretold that these weak but cunning creatures would someday be integral to the balance. Thus, a third kingdom was named, the Kingdom of Man. By order of the Council, a truce was forged between heaven and hell. The Great Pact was bound by 7 seals, to be broken at the appointed time, when man's kingdom stood ready for the End War. A battle that would bring balance and determine the ultimate fate of the 3 kingdoms.
And there is our good horse boy. Man, I haven't played Darksiders in years. I should come back to it sometime. You should, especially with a new game on the horizon. Hello, Voice LGX. Oh shit, hold on. I think I might need to crank this game down just a little bit. I play these games, I come back to these games every so often, and I can basically confirm that they hold up pretty well, honestly. Just wipe is fine. And yeah, I saw the teasing. I never finished 2 either, so I'll have to do that sometime before it comes out. I still haven't actually played any of them. I really should. You should! Oh, hold on. He's over here. Oh, I got him. I think I'm gonna need to like actually turn it down in OBS a little bit more than I usually have it. Get a load of that guy. But now you might be sitting here thinking, hey, why did only wars show up? Aren't there supposed to be 4 good horse boys? What's the deal with that? What? Uh-oh.
What is happening?
Also, our boy War here is voiced by Liam O'Brien, who you may know as the voice of Grimoire Weiss from Nier. So we are playing the War Mastered Edition. Okay, calm down. We are playing the War Mastered Edition, which has a number of like graphical and performance upgrades. The second of the remastered versions of these games, because when Darksiders came out, Darksiders released in a pretty functional state. Like you could pick up the original version of Darksiders, play it through beginning to end, and still have a pretty good time, even if it's not like the remaster. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said for Darksiders 2. We'll get into this again when we get to that game, but basically, Darksiders 2 released in more or less an unfinished state, and definitely needed a second pass, which it thankfully got with the Definitive Edition. I'm trying to remember who released these games first? Who was it? I think it was just THQ, but then THQ went under. But then like all of their shit was picked up by what became THQ Nordic, which is now Embracer Group, which is concerning, but hey, they're making a 4th Darksiders game, so what do we got around here for signs? We got junk, we got reflex, 4 Liam O'Briens of the apocalypse. We got lychee, the best Chinese food takeout. We got lickies. We got 8 Ball Law, winner of 9 awards, the best show on television. We got Cuppo. Silverback, summer 2010. Ooh. Yeah, remember when all this happened? Eaten 2, Eaten Again, starring John Flath, Leah Pearl, Colin Post, and Gray Ginther. This summer, only the rotting will survive. It's fucking me up that the text for the names and the tagline appears to be higher quality than the actual texture for the title and the image in this. Diasemi, Reflex, Hakama. Governor declares state of emergency. Call for latest information. 555-1134. President to make announcement regarding demonic invasion. 3 gauge? What? Ah. Oh. Oh. Ow! Fuck! Shit! I'm being shot by angels. Bitch. Oh, we got that goop, though. Now, you may be wondering, hey, why the fuck are we out here beating up and murdering angels as well as demons? And this is kind of one of those situations where, like, heaven and hell aren't strictly quote-unquote good and evil. It's more of like a order versus chaos kind of situation. Also, shouldn't leave it unsaid, the angels are kind of jobbers in this game. They exist almost purely to get they fucking asses handed to them. Demons pretty much outnumber and outclass them at any given opportunity. Oh, that was really well timed for the description I was giving. You see what I mean? Get a load of that guy. He's not doing so bad for himself. I love the designs of characters in these games. Like, just look at War, you know? Just look at the guy once we get a chance. If the game ever gives us a chance. Just look at this guy. Got big, dumb World of Warcraft shoulder pads. He's got the hood and the tattered cloak. This motherfucker just screams war. He's also got this big dumb hand, which, fun fact, the backstory for this game, the reason he's got the big dumb hand is because he went fucking nuts and tried to kill Fury, I believe, and the only way that death could stop him was by cutting his arm off. This isn't discussed at any point in like the first 3 games, but it does come up in Genesis, which is nice. I really liked them giving that nod to, you know, the pre-order comic book that you can't get anymore. Come on, buddy. You gotta give me a little bit of effort here. Thank you. Oh. Ow. I don't know how I picked that stuff up. Was it just... Oh. It was just pressing B. He was furious, but then he was underhanded. I guess? He was down one hand, so I guess you could say he was underhanded. I love his big chunky boots too. Look at him. Just look at him. I love this guy. Like, honestly, Darksiders is kind of one of those series, a lot like the Fear games, where it's just like, my love for them is always like right at the back of my mind. Where it's just like, there could be literally anything that just kind of like sets me off, and suddenly it's all I can talk about for like a week. You know, compare that to say like Sonic or Final Fantasy XIV, which it's like, oh, I could talk about these constantly because I am almost always being reminded of them. Fuck you. Let me just... We gotta fucking go. What's going on over here? Oh, wow. Okay. Heaven's not doing so good.
What is this? Where are my brothers?
This cannot be. The final seal.
My lord!
How did this happen? The seventh seal was not broken.
Uh-oh. What could he be talking about?
What in heaven's name have you done?
I answer the call.
This game is very loud. It's really just the prologue. Things will calm down once we get a little bit further in. I just, fuck you. Missed me. Yoink. Get dunked on, shitlord. Oh. Oh, don't do that. Ow. Yoink. Yoink. Boop. You seem mad. Are you mad at me? You want to talk about it? Want to go grab a cuppo? I don't know what it is, but like I'm assuming it's like some kind of a coffee place. Boop. I love his little give it a second. Zoop. Styling on him. Yep. Boop. Get booped, idiot. Ow. Oh. Alright, hold up. Oh. Oh no. I'm enfeebled.
The law has been broken. And so have you, horseman.
Anyways.
The law is clear. When the seventh seal is broken, 4 horsemen shall ride forth to punish the wicked. Be they sons of men, lords of heaven, or the dregs of hell. All upon the earth will be judged, and the pact forged anew. You forget your post, horseman, you forget the law. No call was given, yet the destroyer marched, and there you were found, under his black banner, if the claims are true.
To hell with your claims. The seals were broken. I was summoned.
Then where are the other horsemen? Were they not summoned as well? The 7 seals are hidden, as they have been since the pact was forged eons ago. All of them intact. There was no call. You aided the Dark Ones, broke a sacred covenant that has doomed mankind, and threatened the balance. Do you deny it?
When I rode, heaven and hell were already at war. Abaddon was there. He knew something.
Abaddon fell, fighting off the chaos you unleashed.
I fought powerless against the demons, and still you accuse me?
Your defeat proves nothing. Likely the Destroyer cast you aside when he was finished with you. You have defiled the law, Horseman. You will be punished.
I serve only the Council. Only the balance. As the horsemen always have. Send me back. I will punish the ones responsible.
How? What hope do you have against the Destroyer's armies? You are powerless.
Then I will fail. And the demons will have carried out your sentence.
Very well. You will return to the Earth. But you will be watched. Come forth.
Remember that, or I will really get under your skin.
Rise, war, and arm yourself.
So that was a lot of noise and a lot of things happening all at once. This is the Chart Council. They are tasked with maintaining the balance between order and chaos. They're the ones who set in place a lot of the laws of the
The angry blade thirsts for destruction.
Oh yeah, our fucking weapon's called Chaos Eater. So basically, horsemen are only supposed to do things at the council's discretion. They are given orders, they are given tasks, and they set out to do them. That doesn't mean that, like, otherwise they're just kind of, like, milling about doing fucking whatever. We'll see in Darksiders 2 that, like, they do have the capacity to kind of, like, go out on their own. Though, admittedly, with certain caveats. But, like, any other sort of, like, instance of the horsemen doing anything within the canon of Darksiders is generally involves them doing so at the council's discretion. So, like, War is being given this task to figure out essentially who's responsible for him being called prematurely. Because according to the council, 7 seals are intact. There was no call. And yet, War got there, heaven and hell were already fighting, And Abaddon seemed to have some kind... Abaddon, whoever the fuck that guy... Oh, God, excuse me. Whoever the fuck that guy was, seems to have known something very mysterious, would you say? He mentioned the 7th seal. What could it mean? Guess we'll find out. But yeah, Darksiders 1 basically covers a mission that is given by the Council. Darksiders 3 covers one. Darksiders Genesis, The Abomination Vault, the novel set in the Darksiders universe that is also amongst the various prequels for this series. The graphic novel that focuses on the Horseman Death. They really kind of pulled out all the stops in terms of like multimedia. Well, not all the stops in terms of like multimedia for specifically Darksiders 2. This was during a time when that was still something you could do. So here we are. Let me go grab my sword. Take your sword. Just look at this fucking thing. I love it. War's legendary blade, also stripped of its former strength and powers. So yeah, they did the Metroidvania sort of thing where it's just like, hey, you're going to start off this like super powerful, and then we're going to take all that away and you're going to have to start from scratch. Speaking of F14, I started Endwalker recently. Haven't gotten far, but it's been fun so far. My FC is getting me to do other raid series before I get too far, like Evilise. Oh, well, I hope you have fun. Evilise is probably one of my favorite raid series in terms of just being interesting. Personally, my favorite is always going to be the near raids.
The souls of the dead will be your currency. Some enemies are more easily bought than killed.
As a big fan of Tactics Advanced in FF12, it's been really fun. Yeah. Also, Fran is there. Souls. Souls manifest in 3 forms: currency, health, and wrath.
Seek the demon Vulgrim. Few can afford his services, but perhaps you can strike a bargain.
The Council confers with demons now, does it?
Since the truce was broken, some demons have fallen from the Destroyer's favor. Vulgrim is one such outcast. He has long sought an audience with us.
How long have I been here?
Jesus, alright. So some time has passed. Just a little bit. We might have some catching up to do.
Looks like our trajectory was a little off. Not so fast, horseman.
Second time this week we've had to deal with Mark Hamill in a voice role.
Let's lay down a few ground rules. Until this is over, you're a dog on a leash. I say bark, you bark. And if I have to kick you, you'd better not bare your teeth. Understand? Or should I teach you to play dead?
Lucas, thank you for the subscription.
Good boy.
No, this is War Mastered. It's just that regular flavor Darksiders has more people following it, so I chose that one instead. Oh yeah, I can really hear the Hamill. Love a good Mark Hamill. Watchers are neat. I like Watchers as like a concept, and there's been like a few over the course of the series between like main games and also just sort of like expanded series stuff. Like I think there's an older Watcher in the novel, and then I think in one of the comics there is a Watcher present. Ah yes, the best Darksiders game. I don't know about that. Well, no, I actually do. I really like Darksiders 1 a lot. I think I might like 3 just a little bit more. If only because I really like Fury, but then I also really like Genesis. God. Oh, I hope the one that they're making right now comes out and fucking knocks it out of the park. I'm desperate. I have to play 3 in Genesis still. You should do that. Work and grab and move along most ledges. Yo, that guy don't got no brain.
Here comes the welcome party. War, why don't you introduce yourself?
I gotta say, also, I am huge fan of big sword. I am a known big sword enjoyer. So, I do really like Darksiders as a result of that. The little zombie dudes are pretty much just here for us to like farm souls off of. Grabbing them and doing the grapple attack on them pretty much guarantees that you'll get health, which can be important if you're in a tight spot. And I don't know if you can tell, but those guys explode. For the Steam version, I had to download audio rips and replace files with sound and cutscenes to work properly. Big swords, you say? Have I got the series for you?
Don't make me call you again.
Lucas, are you about to recommend Xenoblade to me? War's Gauntlet glows near interactive objects such as chests or doors. Press B to activate them. Haha. Activate. Don't I have like a... Oh, just holding RB is block. I'd recommend Xenoblade. I was going to say Monster Hunter, but I suppose Xenoblade will too. I don't like Monster Hunter. I'm sorry. Oh. Not a big Monster Hunter guy. Not for lack of trying. I just never gelled with the gameplay style. Oh, fancy. Ow. Ow. Die. Final Fantasy VII, maybe? I mean, I got a couple of those. Like, I got the original, I got Remake, don't have Rebirth. One of my favorite things with like action games like this is when you've got like an uppercut move that you do by holding down the attack button, and whether or not you go up with the enemy is dependent on how long you're holding the button down for. Dragging objects. For Big Sword Saturday. Every time I hear certain tracks from the Xenoblade games, I sometimes wonder how would people I know react to so-and-so scene. Ow. Oh, fuck. It's okay, that was scripted. Uh-oh. How's the audio, by the way? Is the game too loud to hear me over? I'm concerned because I noticed that it's kind of like peaking a little bit. Okay, maybe still a little loud. Alright, I'm gonna just real quick hop over to options. Ow. Die, perhaps. God, it's so fucking cool. I'm sorry, I love this game. Please help me, someone set my hands on fire. No, I will not. This is my Liam O'Brien voice. Not bad, 7 out of 10. Thank you. I try really hard. This bad boy wide open. Duquaswodes. Whoa. That is a big honking tower. Why that tower so big?
In Earth years, About a century. Long enough for the last of the mouth breathers to die off.
Not necessarily true, but we'll get to that in a couple games.
The Third Kingdom is lost.
Subtle. I almost didn't hear you coming.
Vulgrim.
The Council finally took me seriously. If so, you're surely not empty-handed. For this shall be the briefest of introductions.
I think that's Phil Lamar.
There were a few young ones. Spectacular.
Okay, don't be weird.
You seek the power behind the one called Destroyer. You will find the answers and the font of his power there. Oh, such haste to die. You aren't even a shadow of your former self. You wouldn't last a heartbeat. Besides, the way to the tower is shrouded by demon magics. Even I do not know the way.
Who does?
Feed my hunger. And I'll feed your curiosity.
All right. 500 souls, huh? Well. Horde Seeker, a demon trinket that reveals the location of all nearby chests on the map. Can I, like, zoom in? Is that as close as we're getting? Okay, well, it looks like there's one over here. I think with some exceptions, I ended up liking the cutscene direction in this more than 2's. I think part of that is that when you get into, like, Darksiders 2 and 3, they tend to have more focus on, like, dialogue scenes and, like, the whole, like, RPG aspect of it. Where it's just like, oh, go into this scene, ask the questions that you need to ask, gather information. So they did need, in some cases, to have, like, a bit more canned animations and more of a, like, very basic sort of, like, lip sync program. Whereas all of the cutscenes in this one are just, like, fully animated cutscenes as opposed to needing to be, like, a dialogue scene, for example. So I don't think I can get up to that one. I think I can only get up to that one later. Yeah, the more cinematic scenes are spread farther between. Yeah. I don't think that is a bad thing, and may, in part, be potentially a result of Darksiders 2 being a bit more rushed, and Darksiders 3 being made probably with a lower budget, if I had to guess. Oh, hey, man. Blocking. I don't need no fucking blocking. Get that shit out of here. Genesis doesn't quite have that issue as much because Genesis is like comic book style cutscenes and like profile pictures and text boxes for dialogue scenes. which is fine. It is an explicitly lower budget title. I will definitely be interested to see how hard they're able to go with whatever game they're doing next. Ow. 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 Because as I've said, one of the more concerning things about Darksiders as an IP right now is that because it was under THQ Nordic, I believe that means that currently it's owned by Embracer Group. And I don't know how willing Embracer is going to be to, like, dedicate cash, like, significant cash money reserves to whatever Darksiders game they're making now. Because, as you know, Embracer Group sucks. Like, I'll never forgive what they did to some of those fucking studios that were under them. Lost track of who was still under them. Fucking too many goddamn people. That's who. Looks like there's something in this building. How do I get in here? Can I just... Yeah, there we go. They can embrace D's nuts. Kingdom Hearts fans and Darksiders fans waiting over a decade for the true sequel to their favorite game. Text for that Predator 1 handshake meme. Yeah, THQ Nordic is Embracer's publishing subsidiary, and yeah, fuck them for what they did to so many companies. Like, I talked about this the other day after the teaser for whatever the next fucking Darksiders game is going to end up being. But, you know,
We have enough souls to feed Vulgrim's hunger. Now, maybe he'll feed our curiosity.
Thanks, Mark Hamill. Anyways, like, we had gone so long without, like, I guess, because, I mean, it's not like Gunfire Games hasn't been making stuff. Like, they made the incredibly well-received Remnant series. So, like, they're, like, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing Remnant 2 was really good. And, like, I've played a bit of Remnant 1, and it's really good. It's not really my style, necessarily. I generally don't like games with, like, Souls-like construction. What the fuck am I looking at? Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, and it's just a picture of Darth Jar Jar? What are you... What? Xando, what are you talking about? I've
These
always
ancient gates have a mind of their
having a moment,
but
sorry.
with
I
this,
understand.
You may reach an understanding. Beyond the gate, seek out Samael's prison. Once, Samael was close in power to the Dark Prince himself. Some might even say, a threat. You will find he is no friend to the Destroyer. Seek me out when you've gathered more souls. I will make it worth your while.
So Vulgrim's who we're gonna go to for upgrades and new abilities and shit like that. He's also going to be our fast travel, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess like, so if you're not aware of like the whole sordid affair with Embracer bought up a shitload of companies, like a absolutely insane number of companies and IPs and etc., etc., all under the assumption that they were going to get purchased by some Saudi Arabian company. And then that didn't fucking happen. And they were just like, shit, we overspent because we thought this was such a for sure thing. And so they ended up needing to close down a bunch of studios. One of the primary ones being Volition, the creators of the Saints Row series. Who, I mean, haven't exactly made anything particularly well received since Saints Row 4, but like that doesn't mean that everybody there just deserve to like lose their jobs or anything like that. And I mean, you know, that kind of makes things a little bit scary when like one of your like favorite game developers is owned by one of these larger companies. It's just doing all this fucking shit. Like, we're talking about, like, we were fresh off of, goddamn Microsoft closing down Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin. So, hearing that, hey, there's a new Darksiders game is fucking phenomenal. Because, among other things, if it's being made by Gunfire Games, it means that they're still up and running. There are rumors that Vulgrim is back for the next Darksiders game and that Mark Hamill fundamentally disagrees with the choices the lead writer made for the character. I don't know if Mark Hamill would give a shit about what they do with Vulgrim, considering that he plays the Watcher. Vulgrim is played by Phil Lamar. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm stepping all over your The Last Jedi reference. And I apologize for that. Alright, let's just slap you on here. Fools! The horseman war toots as he pleases. Fuck, I ruined the bit. Hey there, big guy.
Whole call of my ancestors, awakened at last from the dreamless sleep.
You're not gonna sing Born to be Wild to me, are you?
No, free while the destroyer still breathes.
The destroyer, yes. To his service we are bound, though enemies we remain. So his enemies we call friend. Pass now, friend. Must bring victory. Must bring freedom.
For the record, in case nobody understood what the fuck I was talking about, that Born to be Wild bit. Oh.
I can't wait to find out what's behind it.
That's nice, Mark. Oh, wait. Whee! That Born to be Wild bit is a reference to the Neverending Story Part 3. So, in other words, don't worry about it. Let's see if Vulgrim has anything for us right now.
On your journey, you may come into possession of certain items that are of particular interest to me.
Why are you only in my right ear?
Legion. If you discover any Legion artifacts, bring them to me. I will make it worth your while.
It's so weird.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Okay, calm down. Sides massive curd blade from large shooting attacks to devastate multiple enemies. The Harvester. Death's legendary scythe devastates multiple enemies with large sweeping attacks. The Harvester also reaps more souls from fallen enemies. We don't have shit nor fuck to buy right now, unfortunately.
Greetings.
You didn't pay for stereo audio. Is 3 the one where they reuse the Gartham as hollow baddies? Gartham? The beetle monsters from Dark Crystal. I don't fucking know. I haven't seen any of the goddamn movies. I haven't actually watched any of the never-ending story. I only watch cool movies. Like, I don't know what would be the funniest option for this bit. Go on. Oh, well, now you're putting me on the spot. I only watch cool movies like Warcraft? Borderlands? I have not seen Borderlands. I want to see Borderlands because it sounds terrible. And I do love me a god-awful movie. Ow. Ow. Bitch. Okay then. I love the way the big guy slapped. I had the weirdest fucking moment today. So I have, just as a little bit of prep for my X-Men streams, I've been rewatching a few of the X-Men movies. In order, of course. So I watched X-Men 1, and then X2, and then The Last Stand. And currently I'm on Origins Wolverine. But when I was watching The Last Stand, I had this sensation that I've never had before watching that movie, where all I could think was, the guy playing Angel seems very, very familiar to me. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out where I had seen him before. So, of course, I do what I would normally do in a situation. I go ahead and I pull up the actor's Wikipedia page and check his filmography. And I'm going through his filmography, and he's in a lot of stuff that I haven't seen, so I figure just like, okay, well, I mean, this would explain why I never had this sensation of, like, recognizing him before, because I haven't fucking seen anything that he's in. But then it turns out that he's in the Warcraft movie as the character Medivh. And this is why, but then I also realized, like, oh shit, he's also in the 2004 Punisher movie as the character Spacker Dave. Now, I hadn't really given, like, I would say that I haven't, like, given, X-Men The Last Stand a very, like, thorough, really kind of, like, focused watch through in a hot minute. So it would explain why, like, I've seen the Warcraft movie a few times now. So it would explain why, like, it's only just now that I'm kind of having this realization of just like, oh, I've seen this actor before, because the sort of like I guess energy that actor has in both the role of Angel and the role of Medivh is very similar, which is not something I can say for the energy he brings to the role of Spacker Dave in the 2004 Punisher movie versus the role of Angel. So that's probably why I never put that 2 and 2 together. Give me 1 second. I have had Cassie in her crate this entire time, and I do want to let her out because I promised her I... You're free, Cassie. Don't bother me while I'm streaming. I thought he did a good job as Spacker Dave. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying it's a very different energy. Spacker Dave as a character has a very different energy from his energy as the character of Angel in X-Men: The Last Stand. Scalding Gallo. These names are just great. Oh yeah, I'm just saying that he thought he did good. He did. I genuinely like the 2004 Punisher movie. I think it's a good film. I really like Thomas Jane in that role. In Angel, he doesn't really do all that. Yeah, Angel's kind of just there for them to say, hey, look, everybody, we've got Angel in this one, which is kind of the way a lot of the characters in X-Men: The Last Stand work, where it's just like they just kind of put characters in there to say that they put characters in there, just like, hey guys, look, we put Callisto in it, and Arclight, and Psylocke, I guess, and fucking Multiple Man is here. He gets a whole introduction, and then he's used for 1 bit, and then he's gone. Oh, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! It's just like, oh, okay. You guys are really trying. Chaos Eater, level up. Just like, is there anybody else you guys want to, like, throw in here while we're just kind of, like, throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks? Yeah! Spike is here! Spike from X-Men Evolution? Yeah! He fights Wolverine and has no speaking lines. Cool! Yes. Eustace Cervidae, welcome! Good to see you. How have you been? Hope you've been doing well. I'm talking about X-Men: The Last Stand right now. Because I was watching it today. Tired. This was a poop week. Sorry about your poop week. I hope next week is less poop. So these symbols mean that a Vulgrim store is nearby, and they have a very distinct chime sound, which is nice. It's like a little fun little audio-visual indicator that there's a Vulgrim location. To be fair, it's hard to have coherent story and character development in a big team film because everyone needs time, but there's no time. You're not wrong. But at the same time, like, you can do that. Wrath Shard. But it's just like, you really need to, like... It's all about, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be... fucking... oh, God. You have to be efficient. You have to be efficient with your, like, screen time usage. Yeah, they did just kind of keep throwing people in there for not a lot of reason. Yeah, and that's not even getting into the whole cramming together.
Take your time.
Okay, calm down, Volgrim. That's not even getting into the whole cramming the Dark Phoenix and the Mutant Cure storylines together in a way that, like, there were, like, I've seen this movie like 20 times, and even watching it today, there were...
Anything you like.
I'm trying to fucking talk about X-Men, Fulgrim. Please. I like this one.
That is what.
Even watching it today, there were times where I straight up forgot that I was watching an adaptation of the Dark Phoenix storyline. Because it's just like, oh, right, the whole thing with the cure and all that. Yeah, that's cool. Wait, why is Jean Grey here now? Like, okay. I can kind of see what they're going for. You know? The entire... So... Again, it's about efficiency. I don't think they did a good job threading those two storylines together. But I can see what they were going for in terms of, like, combining those two stories. Because it's a story about control, right? It's about the attempted control of Jean Grey by everybody else. It's Jean Grey being controlled by her powers, but it's also this, and it's a very small, focused story like that, but it's also the larger picture story of humanity trying to control mutant kind via the cure. It's fucked up that the X-Men are protecting the people making the cure, the ones who put it in a weapon, but also at the same time, like, obviously they're also trying to, like, save Leech, because Leech is also in this movie, I guess. Anyone else we want to put in here? What's that? Warpath, maybe? We got Fat? We got that guy with translucent skin for whatever reason? Who else do we want in here? A fucking version of Kid Omega that's nothing like Kid Omega. What are we doing? Right, because she just kind of shows up. The Magneto's like, cool, I can use her powers. Oh shit, she's actually using her powers. I think it's really funny how they make movie Phoenix just fucking atomize people. Where's Marrow? How about Maggot? You're not going to get Marrow until a Deadpool cameo, unfortunately. Thus far, no X-Men movie has been brave enough to use Forget-Me-Not. Genuinely one of my favorite fucking X-Men characters ever. If you don't know who Forget-Me-Not is, that's kind of the point. Anyways, let's go talk to this guy. He looks like fun. What?
Do you know what's imprisoned here? There are things even you should fear, Horseman. Once you were strong, but now you are weak and you are alone. The Destroyer knows of your coming. Even now, he moves his legions against you.
Then I'll make this quick.
Take this fool's life.
Phantom General. Ow. Ow.
To my side, dogs!
Ow. Ow.
I will take your head! To my side, dogs!
Ah. 1 second. Ow. Bitch. Come here and take it then, idiot. I keep interrupting your attacks. Like, are you okay, man? Uh-oh. I think we've stun locked him. Unfortunate. I'm sure I will. Ow. Get wrecked, shitlord. Delicious. Cassie, what are you doing back there? You better not to be about to commit bite and scratching crimes. I feel like I knew that at one point, but then I forgot, though. It's just a quickie. Get stun locked, idiot. Okay, so for those who don't know, there was a storyline some time ago about the death of Professor Xavier. I'm trying to make sure Cassie doesn't start biting and scratching me. Give me a moment. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Cassie. There was a storyline a couple years back about the death of Professor Xavier. And one of the characters that showed up during this was a character named Forget-Me-Not, whose mutant ability is that people forget about him the second they stop perceiving him. And the joke with this character, quote unquote, is that he's been with the X-Men the entire time. And I believe in the moment they actually show flashbacks to explain like previous like plot holes and how he actually assisted them in certain major fights, because he can move through a battlefield basically without anybody realizing he's there as long as they're not looking at him for too long. And the reason that Forget-Me-Not showed up in this storyline is because Professor Xavier actually basically gave himself a recurring psychic reminder of Forget-Me-Not's existence. So he was the only one who remembered that Forget-Me-Not was there consistently. Which is, quite honestly, tragic. But again, he's like my favorite fucking X-Men character, because it's just like, that's such a busted ability. Like, it's such an isolating ability, because it's just like, again, people have to be looking at you to remember that you exist, but also, how fucking busted is that? Right, Cassie? Cassie knows what I'm talking about.
Just one hideous blood-puking god.
I'm sorry, Mark. I interrupted your line there. I apologize. Chunk.
Are you here to play execution?
Hi, Samael.
Set all four of you.
I have no interest in killing you, Samael.
Ah, the Destroyer. He's beyond your reach, beyond mine.
Has prison made you a coward?
Perhaps there is a way, but you will need to get inside the Destroyer's spire. The tower is guarded by 4 of his chosen. Bring me their hearts, and ask me no questions.
I have a
My
question.
reasons for helping you are my own.
Where can I find these guardians?
I said ask me no
Seek
questions.
the Twilight Cathedral, where the Bat Queen Tiamat has gone to roost. The whole of her domain is a blistered inferno. By land, you will never reach it.
But by
the
sea.
high ground, with this, and bring me her still beating heart.
So I don't know if this was something that was initially supposed to be specifically for Samael, but a design element that they work into demons later on in the series, and especially in... I would need to take a look at the demons in this game just to see, but like especially in Darksiders 3, an element that they work into demonic character designs is that their wings are all upside down. It's essentially it's meant to contrast with the angels, whose wings are of course pointing upwards. Demons have wings pointing downwards. I don't know how that works with flight. Don't ask me. It's just kind of where we're at as a society. And now we have cool wings. Cool shadow wings. They fly down. Cassie, what are you doing over there? What are you messing with? Shadow Flight. Ain't that a Warcraft expansion? Activate War's Shadow Flight in a shadow current to perform huge leaps. We got big ups. We got huge leaps. Hello, sir. What's up? Yeah? Want to hop up here? You have to promise not to pull the foam covering off my mic if you want to hop up here. Come on, Cassie. Come on, Cassie. You want to hop up? She's thinking about it. You want to hop up? Okay, I'm gonna put my arm back down so that I can continue playing the game. But just remember that I gave you the opportunity now. And don't try and jump up while my arm is down and thus dig your claws into my flesh, okay? Oh, and okay, now you jump up, of course. Alright, no, that's a monitor. Don't jump on that. Don't jump. Okay. Okay. Precarious, isn't it? I don't know why you keep thinking this is a good idea. She has jumped down now. Get honked, idiot. Ow, shit! So I mentioned a bit earlier that the primary developer of Darksiders is Gunfire Games currently. But you may have noticed when we started the game, the name of the developer was Vigil Games. Vigil is the name of the original team that made Darksiders 1 and 2, but was closed down when THQ kind of in general went down. Now, when Nordic Games bought up a lot of the IPs, a new studio was formed from Cassie. Those are claws. Be careful, please. A new studio was formed from folks that were part of Vigil called Gunfire Games. They are the ones who worked on the definitive edition of Darksiders 2, as well as Darksiders 3. And then also like Remnant and Remnant 2 as well. Darksiders Genesis was made by Airship Syndicate, a development studio founded by Joe Mad, the comic artist who originally conceptualized Darksiders the Darksiders series when he was part of Vigil Games. Ooh, I don't like being over there. It scares me. Cassie, what are you doing? Please don't chew on any wires. Oh, and she just fell off something. She didn't quite pull anything down, which is nice. But she's okay. She keeps trying to get more daring than she can handle. She just falls off tables and desks. The choking grounds. Promi? Vulgrim location. Hi, Vulgrim.
Samael has returned.
Oh, he coming for me. Ow. Anyway. What's up, Cassie? Are you upset about something? This is why I like your streams, Gage. They're always so informative. I try. We like to learn here on the Shark Stream. I'm almost certain that Cassie is... Oh, she's just sitting right there. She got that mischievous air about her, though. I'm almost certain she's going to, like, dig her claws into my flesh at any moment now. Just because she's bored. She's a kitten. She doesn't know better. Oh, hey, guys. What's that meow-ass meow? Meow. That's what you sound like. Sorry, this is always a side effect of me letting Cassie roam around. She just needs to be so disruptive. Oh. Ow. Anyway. As mischievous as a real resonance cascade. Yeah, chat's talking about you. Ow. I was a little worried I was going to end up, like, stuck in the environment or something. You need to get up onto the desk? Hi, Cassie. Hi, Cassie. I don't know how long we're going to go tonight. Just get... Hold on. Here. There you go. There you go. Don't step on anything that you don't want to be stepping on. Just because I did start kind of late. I had a lot going on today. I wasn't sure. I wasn't 100% certain if I was going to be streaming today. But once I had like a clearer idea of exactly how like certain things going on today were going to play out, I was able to make the determination that, hey, don't jump on that. I was able to make the determination that, yeah, I could definitely stream today. Hey, whoa. We've talked about this. You can't be climbing on this particular shelf. Hey. Come on. No chewing on Big Man. Well, you finally broke something. Nothing I can't fix, admittedly, but... doesn't exactly set a strong precedence there, baby girl. Hold on. Gotta pop this thing's arm back into its socket. I might not be getting that back into the socket right now. Maybe that is in the socket. I don't know. We won't worry about it. Stop looking at me like you're about to pounce. I'm itching my leg. Where's this? I don't think this is a way we need to go. Ooh, but there's a thing over there. I do like finding secrets. Enjoy a bit of cash money. Ow. Got another wrath shot. Thank you. I often think about the idea of games that aren't like regarded as like instant classics, but at the same time, like you mention something to you mention, ow, fuck, Cassie, goodness, calm down. She tried to jump for my ponytail. It's hard to describe what I'm trying to describe. Hey, calm down, calm down. Hey, we talked about bite and scratching crimes. Are you gonna need to go back in the crate? Am I gonna regret letting you out? Okay, that's my headset wire. Don't do that. Hey. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, that's my hand. That's my hand. Hello. Greetings. Shakes your hand. Squishes your paw pads. She hasn't been biting me quite as hard recently, which I appreciate. She's just kind of been gnawing on me a little bit. She does use her claws a fair amount, though, which is a problem. Ow! Fuck, like right there. Like right there. Look at that face. You're so wild. I think I am going to need to put you in your crate again, though. You seem like you're too wild to be out right now and, like, not disrupt my stream. It's like, if I stop doing what I'm doing right now, you're just going to go absolutely nuts on me. Like, watch. Okay, that's your own tail. That's your own tail that you're trying to bite. You realize the folly of this, right? Do you realize the folly of trying to bite your own tail? Chat, she does not realize the folly of trying to bite her own tail. I'm just like watching her now. Like, this is... She's not scratching at me. She's not digging her claws into me anymore. She's not biting me. She's just kind of going for her tail while she's sitting next to me like this. Now are you going to jump at me? Now that you've realized that I'm still sitting here next to you? Or are you going to go for your tail again? That's flicking. It's taunting you. Are you going to take that? Yeah, that's it. You show that tail who's boss. I'm sorry. This is captivating. So Cassie is going in for her appointment on Tuesday, and this is going to be the appointment where we're going to find out whether she will be staying with us or not, or if she is going to be going to a shelter specifically for cats with feline leukemia. Ow. That's my ponytail. Because if it does turn out that she is still testing positive for feline leukemia, we unfortunately cannot keep her. But we have been you are just okay. Now you're going wild. Now you got to go back in the crate. We have been treating her very well this whole time, even if she is trying to chew on all my shit. Hey, watch it. Holding you like a hot dog. But the reality is that if she does have feline leukemia, she does pose a risk to our other cats. So unfortunately, she won't be able to stick around if that's the case. But we're going to have to see what happens. Sup, fucker?
I have come for the Destroyer.
My brother spoke of your coming, but a powerful curse holds me now. I cannot help you.
Fucked up if true.
Any curse can be broken.
Yes, perhaps. These servants of the Destroyer walk unseen within the realm of shadow. By their blood we are bound. By their blood shall we be free.
I can no longer move within the Shadow Realm. Much of
Shadow
my
Realm.
power has left me.
You need not enter it. I will grant you the power to see into the accursed realm for a time. But to what end? What hope have we now against the Destroyer's foul sorcery?
Hope will not bring you freedom.
But my gigantic sword will.
Find where these shadow lurkers hide and kill them all. It can't be that hard to find.
I mean, if they weren't that hard to find, we wouldn't need Oh. I suppose that's one way to do it. But my fat sword will. Hello, Venom Lad. Welcome. Hey everybody, what's going on? Yes, it's me. How we doing tonight? We're doing all right. Having deep, meaningful discussions, as is the norm. Speed Brawl. Defeat 40 enemies within the time limit. Bonus souls will be rewarded for any time left on the clock. See how quickly we can do this. Alright, we're already more than halfway there. We are getting the tougher enemies now, though. Nine, 2, 3. Ow. 4. That's gonna be 35. 36. Ow. 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 7, 38, 39. And give me 40. And we're done. Away. I gotta do 4 of these? Fuck, man.
Excellent.
I did it. Can't be that hard to find. But yeah, I don't know if this is just like a side effect of like the kind of narrowing of like the video game space, where it's just like as we go along, things that didn't like series that like were well liked but didn't change the fucking world like fall by the wayside, where it's just like, you know, you're probably not going to hear about a lot of people like talking about like, oh, you know, how much the fucking Darksiders series changed the game, or like the Fear series might come up with regards to the interesting things like the first game did with like enemy AI. But like generally the conversation is dominated by games that had like a profound impact on like the direction of certain genres, or the direction of like storytelling as like a primary convention in video games and things like that. And that sucks, you know? Because I feel like that leaves so many things behind in terms of like important parts of the conversation, where it's just like, yeah, the Darksiders series may not have, in other words, time to jerk off The Last of Us for the billionth time. I wasn't gonna name names. But it's just like the Darksiders series may not have like lit the world on fire, but these games have such like an undeniably fucking cool aesthetic and world, and just like are generally solid experiences and incredibly fun every goddamn time. Like, there hasn't been a Darksiders game that I haven't had fun with. Like, even the one that's like structured like a Souls-like game. Oh, did that not count? Okay, the first one didn't count. Got it. I did it. I'm so cool. Joe Madureira's art direction is so captivating. It's so good!
Excellent.
Like, I know he wasn't around for Darksiders 3, but like even then, like the art team behind Darksiders 3 did a really good job of sort of like maintaining that aesthetic. Like, even without him present for it. And then, of course, he came back for Darksiders Genesis, and we got the absolutely, completely flawless, no notes character design of Dis. Yeah, you can feel he wasn't on 3. 3 is really weak design-wise, but still a decent game. I love the designs in 3. I fucking love the way that Fury looks in that game. I love the angels. I love the 7 deadly sins. It's not, I will admit that it's not as strong design-wise as 1 or 2 or Genesis, but I would still say they did a fantastic job. Darksiders 2 with its not Raziel death, which I ain't bashing. I freaking love Death's design. Oh yeah, Death's design is fan-fucking-tastic. Did y'all see that they're releasing... There's like Legacy of Kain latex masks that they're making, including Raziel with like a removable cloak so you can get his like jawless face. I forget what they're being released for specifically. Quinky? Kicking my younger self for not getting that Raziel toy. Now it costs so much money. I'm so sorry. The Gorian. Smaller, weaker enemies can be instantly killed at any time. Larger creatures must be stunned before they can be slain. Use B to instantly kill a smaller stunned creature. 30 enemies. Okay. Let's see how we can manage this. Yep. 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 I'll be right there, everybody. Just gotta finish up with these guys. 17. 18. 19. 20. 10 more. 21. Is there a big guy over there? Oh shit, there is a big guy. Ow. 3. Second, 24. Yeah, 25. That's gonna be a big old 26. 27. 28. 29. Ow. That's 30. Goodbye. Whew. All right. Okay, hold on. Y'all are talking about stuff. Me looking at Yu-Gi-Oh cards be like, oh my god, you're not gonna be started on Yu-Gi-Oh cards and how bloated the market is. Though it's funny that Blue Eyes was the card back in the day. Now it's worth like pennies. Literally over $100 on my currency for one copy of Elemental Hero, Liquid Soldier, or Wake Up the Elemental Hero. Both SR cards. Fuck this. Yeah, any card that was remotely meta-relevant costs way more than it should. I'm going to visit my local game store tomorrow. I'll see if I can get some of the cards I'm missing to finish my hero deck, even if then it varies. Why does Abyss Act or a Pendulum deck cost anything above $60? I'm using Amazon personally. It's so fucked up because my hero deck I'm trying to make A to Z deck too, but copies of the monsters are too expensive. Okay. Y'all talk about fucking yo. I don't know shit nor fuck. Well, what y'all are going on about, that's fine. As long as you're having fun. That's what we're here. That's what we're all about here at the Shark Stream. Having fun. Pick up this car. I'm taking this with me. No, I'm not. I just collect them at this point. I have Master Duel if I want a functioning deck. Perfect Addiction. Alright, what you got for me this time? Venomous. Kill 50 enemies before war's infected health depletes. Bonus souls will be rewarded for any remaining health. Oh. Cool. Excuse me 1 second. Ow. that guy. This guy. Ow. Moment. Six, 7, 48. There we go. Woo! I remember really struggling with the first relevant boss you fight in the game because my stick was broken. I couldn't aim the bombs properly. That does suck. Ooh, block counter. You love to see it.
That was entertaining. Can we do it again?
Fuck off. Fuck off, Mark. Okay, we're done.
That must be the last of them. Let's get out of here.
Don't bully Mark. Let him bully you. I will not. Excuse me, sir. The horseman more toots as he pleases.
Ancestors praise you.
Ravager. This enhancement increases war's damage with environmental weapon attacks. Weapon enhancements. Weapon enhancements supposed to be slotted to a weapon within the weapon forge area of war's inventory. Okay. Weapon forge. Guarantees souls for destroying environmental objects by any means. Drastically increases damage inflicted with environmental weapons. Alright. Might as well, right? Got like a purple glow to it now. Neat. I'm just like entering like a flow state at this point, you know? Like I'm just hitting buttons, I know what I'm doing, having a good time. No. This feels unnecessary. It's almost zen. Like, I guess it's just kind of what happens when, you know, you're playing a game that you've played so many times before. You just kind of end up really getting in that zone. Just kind of enjoying yourself. Do you think more people know who Paxton Fettel is than they realize? Like, I was kind of talking about this earlier. Fear isn't exactly, like, a game series that set the world on fire. But, like, I feel like if you showed Paxton Fettel to somebody, they would have kind of an idea who he is. Like, he would seem kind of familiar to them. But they probably wouldn't be able to place it exactly. Paxton eat the baby Fettel? Yeah, that guy. That's only in like the third game though. And I don't think he eats the baby. I think he eats Alma. And he takes the baby to raise as his baby Boro. Oh no, he eats the baby. Oh, does he? I've played through Fear 3 maybe like twice, admittedly. And only one of those times, or not twice, maybe like 3 or 4 times. And only one of those times have I actually completed it as Paxton Fettel. So my recollection of whether or not he eats the baby is maybe not 100% to be trusted.
You are as wise as you are powerful.
Ooh. Yeah, we want that. Oh no, you're right. He eats Alma and raises the baby, which honestly is probably worse given who Paxton is. Yeah. But, like, I feel like it kind of comes down to, like... Like, Paxton Fettel makes a pretty good first impression in Fear, where it's just, like, there's that whole, like, opening cutscene, and the last thing you see is, like, him chowing down on a dude. Like he's a fucking animal. Like he's some kind of a fucking creature. Plus he's got a really good voice. What are the big chains for? Chain wallets! Oh. Hey guys. Let me just... This thing looks like it holds something cool for me. Lifestone shard. I found a heart piece. I guess sometimes I wonder, or I worry, I guess. Do I need to run from this guy or something? I guess maybe I need to run. Nope. Oh. Okay, we're gonna want to probably try the block counters if we can manage them. Ow. Alright, that's not fair. Oh, you got some meaty arms, buddy. Like, not anymore, but I gotta admit, they were pretty meaty. When you need to disinfect something, he uses the Paxton Dettol. Is that a regional thing? I don't know what that is. I sometimes worry that, like, it feels like a lot of discourse surrounding, like, what games are, like, worth your time these days comes down to, like, AAA versus indie. And I guess part of me worries that just, like, guys, it really wasn't always like this, you know? Like, it feels like nobody talks about, like, the mid-range games anymore. And I mean, part of that, admittedly, is due to the fact that it feels like a lot of, like, publishers are almost trying to kill off the idea of the mid-range game, you know? Like, what we got Hi-Fi Rush, which is the perfect example of something like that, and then Tango Gameworks got shut down. Cool, thanks, Microsoft. Or you've got, like, developers that apparently are straight up forgetting how to make them, you know? Like, fucking Naughty Dog being like, yeah, we wanted to make a new Jak and Daxter game, but we couldn't figure out how to make, like, a realistic graphical aesthetic work with the designs. And it's just like, you're not... Guys, are you insane? Why are you trying to do that? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, like, we lose out on, like, I don't want to call it, I don't like to, I'm starting to get kind of bothered by, like, the various letter designations we try to give games. In part because it feels like in attempting to, like, railroad games into a specific box, we're kind of losing sight of, like, we're not really defining what the quality of the particular game in question is. Like, AAA games. A AAA game carries a very, very specific sort of vibe to it. Like, when you hear AAA game, you can kind of picture exactly what the game looks like in your head. And this isn't just me, like, working around to taking a dig at The Last of Us. I'm talking stuff like Uncharted. I'm talking stuff like God of War. I'm talking stuff like the more recent Spider-Man games, things like that. I feel like it's harder to quantify something that's maybe like a AA title or like fucking III or whatever. Like, that's not really an easy thing to quantify. And then, like, that's not even getting into the idea of, like, what the fuck even qualifies something as an indie game, because, like, if we try to argue, like, is it about the economics of it, is it about the graphics of it, is it about the vibe, then we're getting into Dave the Diver sort of territory, which, did you guys know that game has, like, farming and stealth mechanics? Why does nobody talk about what the fuck happens to Dave the Diver after the first 2 hours of that game? Nobody fucking talks about this. I had to find out about this from a fucking video essay. Dave the Diver has boss fights. And they're apparently not good. Yeah, Dave the Diver. That game apparently falls apart after the first couple of hours. The sushi game, yeah. The very same. I think there's a cutscene up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell. Angel time, angel time.
It's nothing. Some demon trick.
I know what I saw.
He's right.
Uriel.
It's there, beneath the stench of this place. You can sense it, ancient. From neither the White City nor the Black Depths. Something lost between. Hellgod, to arms!
Slay him!
Hey man, I'll say it. Uriel's cool as hell. Angelic Mount. Press RT to shoot. Press and hold RT to tag enemies for homing shots. Uriel, more like would yell. Doesn't really work, but I appreciate the attempt, and also I agree. Uriel is actually voiced by, oh god, what's her name? Moon Bloodgood? Who you may know from Check's Notes, Terminator Salvation, and Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li. I feel so bad. I'm sure she's in better movies. But those are the only ones I remember her being in. And I feel bad, because she definitely deserves to be remembered for better films than those. Ow, fuck. No, don't do that. I'm a super cool guy, and you should just let me do whatever I want, forever. Ah, fuck. Ah, shit. So Panzer Dragoon this ain't. Yeah, no, not really. You know what? It's not the flying segments in Bayonetta 1, at the very least. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, one of those guys. He's having a good time. Ah. Ah, ah. Aren't I supposed to be going to like some cathedral or something to like fight Tiamat? What is all this? Am I supposed to be here? Is this like a weird detour? Ow! Fuck. Fuck you, buddy. Get out of here. Fuck off. Ugh. This does kind of feel like it's overstaying its welcome just a little bit. Like, it might be nice if this maybe ends soon. Please? I'm begging you. I begst of thee. End soon, queen. End soon? End soon, queen? Ow. Oh. No, this is just like American Mickey's Alice. Oh, hey, we made it to the Twilight Cathedral. Dope.
Tiamat, I assume? Guess she wasn't up for having visitors today.
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to fuck you. At a certain point, it gets difficult to quantify a specific game as like anything. Even like the moniker of like AAA isn't even necessarily like a for sure thing. Like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Or is Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice? Hellblade 1. So when do you get the demonic mount section? I don't know. But the first Hellblade game, like, you'd look at that and you would think, this seems like a AAA game. But realistically speaking, that's closer to like an independent game. Because, like, that was done mostly in-house without any sort of, like, publisher money behind it. Hellblade 2, maybe not so much. Not now. Hellblade 2 made with that Microsoft money. Did you just steal the souls of trash bins? Yes. That's exactly what happened. You figured it out. I don't know. It just feels like every single developer out there found a niche that they just need to, like, grind into the fucking ground as hard as they can. And if there is anything that is outside the realm of that niche, they physically can't do it, I guess. Like, every fucking game... Every fucking adventure game Ubisoft makes needs to be some fucking huge-ass, like, open-world map with fucking icons all over it. I don't even want to think about what that Star Wars game is going to look like when that releases. I'm scared. Or, like, Naughty Dog needing to, like, constantly make all of its games fucking photorealistic now. Oh, hey guys. Y'all still fighting? That's cool. Hope you're having a good time. Climbing towers to see the 50 sub-objectives. And there they go. We need games to be cinematic experience as a disease. And here's the thing, I don't even necessarily think that's true. Because, like, you think about it like a game that's like almost a cinematic experience. Like, I would argue that, like, the Metal Gear series, or really almost anything Kojima makes, is in that sort of, like, realm, as it were. But, like, by God, he still does something interesting, you know? Like, I think that's part of the issue, is that, like, it's not just that they're, like, railroading themselves, but just, like, they're doing it and then not doing anything fucking interesting. Games can be cinematic, but they need to be fun / interesting games first. The point of a game is for it to be interactive. Cinematic is fine, what I mean. If it's not fun to play, but the formula, it makes the monies. And, like, okay. I'm one of those people that I enjoy games as video games as a form of play. I enjoy when they're fun. But I do recognize that they don't necessarily always need to be fun. They need to be interesting, though. Like, you can make a game that is, I would say, almost tortuous to play and still make it interesting. That's the entire thing with Pathologic. You know? I was about to get my Drunkman bat for a moment. No, I'm not talking about The Last of Us 2. I'm talking about Pathologic. Like, Pathologic is endlessly interesting to me as a game, as an experience. I would never fucking play it. I would never want to put myself through that experience. But I'm not going to sit here and argue that as a gaming experience, it is uninteresting. It seems really cool. It seems like it is trying to do some interesting things. I would never fucking touch it in my life. Like, would you call Death Stranding fun? Maybe not, but it sure is interesting. I had a lot of fun with Death Stranding. Death Stranding is fun if you're a certain kind of person. Like, when I streamed Death Stranding forever ago, around the time that it came out, and I had a lot of fun running deliveries from one place to another. I was one of the people that was doing everything he could to build roads as much as fucking possible, just because, A, I wanted to get around as quickly as possible and as easily as possible, and B, I knew that it was affecting other people's worlds, and I'm just like, I should do this for them. It's not just for me. I didn't understand the BT combat mechanics until so many hours into that game. I was just like, wait, I can fashion a test tube grenade out of my own blood and that kills them? Cool. And that was hours of gameplay later. I was just driving around and building roads, man. I'm taking in the experience. Getting an inflatable hood that has a cute otter design from Conan O'Brien. See, this is the problem. How do you define fun? Because it means so many different things in myriad complexity. Oh, jeez, okay. Hold on, we'll continue the conversation once I'm done here. And then we'll probably need to see about, like, finishing for the night. Alright, we done? Ha, that statue is a nipple. Going back to Ubisoft, it's odd how, like, with AC Valhalla, I had loads of fun just running around exploring, but the instant the story kicked in, I fell asleep. Game design is hard, guys. So, like, the question of what is fun is why I would argue that being interesting is way more important, you know? Like, Ubisoft games aren't interesting to me because they all follow the same fucking formula. But this is also why I can play a walking simulator and be just immediately enthralled with it because it's doing something interesting. You know, like I'll play like Dear Esther, Gone Home, Firewatch, and it's just like the way that those stories are unfolding and the way that they unfold with your progression through the environment is interesting to me. I could see somebody playing Dear Esther and having an absolutely abysmal time. But it's interesting. You know? Like, motherfucker, I wanted to like Starlink. They put Star Fox in that game. I wanted to like it, but almost as soon as I realized that, like, it was just another open world Ubisoft game, it's just like I basically like went whole hog on doing all of the like base game Star Fox stuff and then immediately lost interest. Like, shit's unfortunate. And of course, these days, it's like, I'm not even, like, these days, I have a pretty hard, like, Ubisoft is one of my line-in-the-sand game studios. It's just like, I'm never probably, like, earnestly buying another Ubisoft game ever again. I can't do it. I may show off some Ubisoft games I really like in the future. Like, one of these days, I want to do a stream of Rayman 3, because I enjoy Rayman 3. But, like, I'm never going to boot up an Ubisoft game on stream and be like, hey, you guys should go check this out. Like, it's taking everything I have not to, like, let myself get tricked into buying the fucking Beyond Good and Evil remaster. And I fucking loved Beyond Good and Evil. Unless they make another Rayman, so never. This reminds me of people that say they won't even consider a show or game because it's sci-fi, even if said media is quality and everything they like other than being in a space setting. I would say the difference is that the reason I can't bring myself to ever get an Ubisoft game really ever again is just I absolutely despised how they handled the rampant abuse allegations within their own fucking company. Like, it disgusted me, quite frankly. And it got to a point where it's just like, I don't feel comfortable supporting this studio anymore. Like, line in the sand game developers are, I have to admit, I am so fucking inconsistent with that. Like, are there game companies that maybe I should be a bit more discerning about whether or not I support them? Sure, it is maybe kind of weird that I'm still supporting Nintendo given all of the shit they get up to. But I don't really want to not buy Nintendo products, is the thing. Because it's just like, I get the intention with people being like, hey, you, rather than buy a product from, like, rather than buy a new Legend of Zelda game and keep supporting Nintendo, buy this other game that's like Legend of Zelda. And it's just like, yeah, but it's only like Legend of Zelda is the thing. Nobody likes to admit it, but brand recognition is so fucking powerful. Like, we need to recognize this. And we need to be honest with ourselves. Can't copy Minna's hip game. I'm sorry, Zelda likes. You can, but it's not just about the hip game, you know? There's more to Midna than having an ass like goddamn, you know what I'm saying? God, I should replay Twilight Princess. True, but also goddamn. No, you're right. I'm just saying there's more to it. Like, I mean, look at what we're playing right now, you know? This game is basically a Zelda-like. We've got dungeons, we've got puzzles. We got bread on deck, we got bread on the floor. It's gluten-free. I don't care if it's free. Honestly, I would like another Rayman game just to see people freak out over the nymphs again. Here's the thing, I don't like Origins and Legends gameplay. But that's just me. I'm more of a Rayman 2, Rayman 3 kind of guy. So I guess what I'm saying is they should make a 3D platformer, but keep the nymph designs. Oh, those horny French bastards. Remember Croc? Remember Ty? Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, like, they've released a new Ty the Tasmanian Tiger game recently, didn't they? Like, just within the last few years? I feel like we got a Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 4. And Lord knows they've been, like, remastering the original games. Now I get you, Origins is a speedrunner game, the others aren't, so it makes sense why it wouldn't hit. I only remember the remasters. I'm pretty sure there's a Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 4. Do you remember that developer made a video game based off a webcomic called Blade Kitten? Does anyone remember Blade Kitten? Or is it just me? I need to know. What was that game that's been big on Kickstarter recently? I'm not sure. Just me? Okay. You know what? Fair. Blade Kitten. I played Blade Kitten. I'm so sorry. No, I shouldn't say that. That game had such floaty mechanics, and I hate the fake curse words that they made. Oh, wait, Blade Kit? Oh, yeah, you're remembering now? I just remember that, like, I gave that webcomic a chance. And I remember it being very, very... I don't know how to describe it. It felt bland. But, like, I so clearly in my mind remember, like, the fake curse words that they made for that. Because, people always be doing this in sci-fi, is making up fake curse words for people to say. I remember one of the ones for Blade Kitten was like Falter Dan or something, and it felt so awkward to hear, like, said out loud. And then there was Noink, Noink, which is an anagram of no idea noob kid. Which is just like, I don't know, guys. Did you say these out loud before you put them to the page? Well, smeg is like a actual slang term, isn't it? Like that was in fucking Mad Max. I remember. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. It's a white goods brand. I think smeg is short for something related to male genitals, so yes. No, I think Schlanger was the male genitals one. Because what is it? Fucking... Oh, the Dag in Fury Road calls Max a crazy smeg who eats Slanger. Schlanger? It's like a... There's like an SH in there. I don't know. I don't know Australian slang, unfortunately. I know ankle biter, that's about it. I don't even think that's slang. I think that's just... I don't even think... Does that qualify as slang? That's just Aussie slang. What is that, a Sean Connery slur? Slanga. God, it sounds like it, doesn't it? It sounds like Sean Connery saying a slur. Oh, boy. What the fuck are we talking about? I need to stop playing this. I've been going for over 3 hours. It's 11 p.m. I'm tired. Your mom's a slut. Don't say that. Don't you put that in my stream chat. What the fuck am I doing in here? Oh, I have a beholder key now. Okay. I just remembered that Ty the Tasmanian Tiger and Blade Kitten were like the same people were involved with those games because there's a Ty the Tasmanian Tiger like mascot costume in Blade Kitten. Sorry, it just reminded me of the stupid British slang. That just reminds me of the Borderlands movie release. That movie launched with a 0% Rotten Tomatoes rating, which fascinates me to know. I believe it's up to like 4% now. Which isn't quantifiably better. That's 4 too many percent. Up? I think it went down because I saw a reviewer make a vid earlier and said it was at 8%. Maybe it's been steadily rising over the day. Who knows? I have to see that movie at some point or another. I don't know. When's the last time we got, like, a truly bad video game adaptation? I feel like they've been on a pretty decent roll recently. And don't say Halo. Halo wasn't that bad. Oh god, it's at 9% now. Borderlands sweep. I'm so sorry. Almost 50% for audience. That's kind of shocking. Because normally I feel like more and more recently... Ow. Ow. Yeah, that's kind of surprising to me because I feel like more and more recently you see a lot larger of a disparity between like audience review scores and like critic review scores. So the audience review score still being pretty verifiably on the lower side. Cassie, what are you doing over there? The audience score still being pretty verifiably on the lower end is surprising, I think. Like, genuinely, I wouldn't have expected that. So it must be real. Oh, man. But yeah, I feel like even like some of the less well-regarded video game adaptations recently, like even then have had like some sort of redeeming quality, you know, like fucking the Netflix Resident Evil show had Lance Reddick in it, you know? You're getting excited for for how bad the Borderlands movie is, aren't you? A little bit. I won't lie. It's a thrilling notion. I really liked Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Not this way. Hold on. Where the fuck is the locked door that I'm trying to find? Oh, I gotta go downstairs.
Over here.
Shut up, Mark. I don't know, like, it used to be that, like, every single goddamn, like, video game adaptation was just almost a, just irredeemable slog. So, I mean, you'll have to excuse me for saying it, but, we're so fucking back. You're doing great, buddy. I believe in you. Oh, that thing looks nasty. I don't like that one bit. Okay. I think we're going to end it here because I'm very tired. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good... they just announced Incredibles 3 with Brad Bird. That's neat. They also announced Zootopia 2 with reptiles. Reptiles are going to be in Zootopia 2. But it also seems like they're still pushing forward with the main characters being cops. So, I mean, we've got that going for us. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream... sorry to interrupt. No, it's fine. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, co-host, at AcidXShark. That's AcidXSHARK, where I post all the streams as they happen. Or you can follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Art for the stream was all done by Audrey and B of Team Capel. You can find on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, VGen, Blue Sky, at Team Capel. That's TEAMCATPLE. They do fantastic work. I'm so glad I finally get to show off the goddamn Strife art that they did for me. You should commission them. Use their VGen. Don't email them. Just don't do that. Upcoming streams tomorrow, we've got Silent Hill 3. Still need to... I checked with Bob Vids. I don't know if he's still going to be available for that tomorrow. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping to get him on for that. So, keep an eye out for that. Speaking of Bob Vids, we are going to be going ahead and rating him. And then next week, we've got X2, Wolverine's Revenge. Starting Stormblood patch content, starting with Omega on Thursday. And the next Friday, we'll be continuing Darksiders. So I hope you'll tune in for all that. I want to thank everybody for coming by, and I'll see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care, everybody.